So I'm going to call this project the Adventures of the Horse-Drawn Bucky seat. Earlier this fall I had agreed with the local farmer to exchange some work for local nice organic homegrown eggs. And of course we've been eating these eggs for all winter now. So a couple of weeks ago he dropped off ingredients for his bucky seat. This is what he brought me. He brought me really nice horsehair, beautiful horsehair. I made him wash it first, and he said he's never going to wash horsehair again. I don't know. And then he brought me this nice, beautiful rawhide. Okay, good. Then he brought me this piece of plywood. Okay. Now, if we were doing it the modern way, yeah, the piece of plywood would work really good because I could just slap a 6-inch piece of nice high-density foam on it, cover it with the rawhide, and be done with it in about 2 hours. But no, that's not what we're going to do. I've never done springs on a piece of plywood. First of all, when they slap on a piece of wood, they make all kinds of noise. But and then I have to stitch the horsehair. I have to stitch the horsehair right through so that it will stay in place. And so I'm already in a dilemma. I can't keep those eggs back. So I'm going to go ahead and build a frame this size where I can then staple webbing, where I can then sew these springs on the way they're supposed to go. And then I can sew the burlap and the horsehair and hopefully have it look really nice and decent. And done without foam and without plywood. Are you gonna help me do the seat? Well, you ate those eggs too. You were enjoying those eggs, so you're gonna help me do the seat now. So let's go and cut some wood, okay? There we go, I have the frame. It's not really hard to do. So it's 1-inch alder, and when I cut them, I try to take all the knots out. There might be, there is one. Here's 2, 3. We'll go and cut them again. So these are my pieces here. Not that complicated. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit glue and could have put the center brace too. So this is how it's going to go together. And I'm not really a carpenter. I just wing it. I'm just going to put some glue into the joints and use this heavy duty carpenter's. I don't know what that is. Stapler. And staple it together and it will be strong enough. So here is my frame. I'm just going to round these corners up a little bit. I could take them into a sander and sand them, but I don't bother. I just hammer them in. And then I just use a little bit of a rasp. See? It's perfect. So, in here I'm just going to do the webbing. Where I can then sew the springs on. What? Ash. Fucker. I'm going to start from the long way, so then I don't have to leave it for so long. I put my webbing really close together. I overdo everything. I just don't like redoing things. You gotta have this tight. Tight, tight, tight. So I know I'm gonna run out of the film in the GoPro, so I'm just gonna show you how tight this webbing is supposed to be. It should be so tight. I still have a little bit of webbing to do, but I don't bother with it right now. So this is actually the side that the springs are gonna go. They're gonna go in here, and there is actually a side onto these springs. The side with the knot, I usually put it in the back, and I use this big loop to the front. So basically here I would put it to the front, but here at the back I would put it towards the back, and in the middle I would put it towards the front again. Now these springs are going to be really close together. If these springs would start rubbing each other, what the person could do is to put a little bit of a cotton in between so they don't squeak. That's it. There. The reason why these springs are so close together is because the seat is a little bit narrower than the average. But yet again, if I just do 2 rows of springs, it wouldn't be sturdy enough. That's a lot of tying. I'm going to tie these springs this low, right down here. So, oh, gosh, maybe I should check that it's the right size.
babies.
So stay tuned for the next episode where I'm gonna sew the springs on, tie the springs, and put the burlap on. And maybe start some stitching for horsehair. We'll see. Now somebody might ask, well, why would I bother doing all this work? Because if I had just put that 16 piece of foam on this plywood and cover it, I would be done by now. It wouldn't be so much fun.